for both these teams.
Faze taking us downstairs to kick it off. This has been a stronghold on the defensive side. But W7M, they know what it's like to push themselves further than anyone thought possible. W7M have been fighting all year long to carve their names in history, to elevate themselves to the level of these Brazilian teams like Faze Clan, like Team Liquid, like Ninjas in Pajamas, like Team One. Major champions of the past, 6 invitational champions, Pro League champions. W7M are on the outside looking in, but for a shot at their very first major final, they must take down their hometown rivals.
Faze starting us out on this basement bomb site, looking for a roam through the ground floor. Cyber and Bullet holding on to small tower. Looking for any early entries on this side of the map, but not to be met by anyone. A push from W7M starting over on this lobby side.
Oh, nice attempt there on a spawn peek. Oh, what is that? Immediately traded. And this is pure chaos. Faze Clan win out the early trades.
JV now making his way through the green hallway, starting to get his way into meeting. The hatch left soft but hurts.
What?
He's in the site.
Yeah, he's straight on in and he's found another one. 2v2, W7M bringing the heat. Nice on and early. Nice eyes there for Herds onto the 2 defending players, but a great spray from Souls. JV to push down the laundry stairs. Not even a minute has passed, and he finds himself in a 1v2. Sprayed on out, can't quite deliver the goods for Souls. What can this nade do? Could open it up. Takes a bit of damage, but still survives. JV himself is on such low HP, walking dead into a crossfire. Is he going to use that second nade to clean up? Faze are not going to give him anything. They've gone 6 to clear the magnet. A nade to follow up. This is so well played from JV, but the magnets are going to make this a hell of a lot more difficult. He's walking straight into the meat grinder, and that's Souls. Nice attempt there from W7M, but Faze Clan lock in the first round.
Faze starting us out on the defense, of course. An excellent roam. Contesting every point of entry, we saw Cyber, although he didn't meet anyone in small tower, he's able to get the trade onto the attacker of GDN coming through lobby.
A lot of excitement in the crowd for these teams, and you can't blame them. Latin America plays such an exciting brand of Rainbow Six. They never cease to amaze us with their passion, with their energy, and with their raw skill. And that's what we have known Brazil for years now. And now we are in the age of Brazil. Who will be the representative from that region in our grand final? Who has the best chance to take down the hometown favorites of Rogue?
Well, it's not over yet. It's only been one round in what's going to be a very long best of 3, I can imagine, between these 2 LATAM teams. W7M still wanting to be part of this conversation as Faze take us up to their next bomb site of choice.
Now, we've talked a lot about the W7M playstyle. You absolutely love it, Mandy.
I do.
They bring a brand of Siege like no one else, even within Brazil.
They absolutely do. W7M, they're everywhere all at once. We were just chatting to Helby there in the green room as well, and he went, these guys are a nightmare to play against when they're attacking. Faze, of course, starting out on the defense, they are susceptible to this chaotic roam clear that W7M always seem to bring. Herds starting out on this rappel.
Yeah, waiting for some information on site. Could go for a wall bang. Is there a player on the other side with a drone? Is he waiting for some timing? Oh, Faze actually still has one of those default cameras outside. W7M too preoccupied to take it down. That's going to be potentially detrimental.
Quick entry, though, for KZ, making his way in through Armory, starting to pressure out into the side, and Herds follow through as well. Volps, they're starting to surround the site like vultures, but he could be in a bit of a pinch. Bullet looking for the run out.
2-hit jump out prepped. Still just baiting information at the moment, baiting out for the picks W7M have taken. Fairly meager map control and are waiting for that Faze Clan aggression, gaining some more information before they send it themselves. A peek there, perhaps ill-advised from, I believe that was Cyber in the hallway down below. This man has been carrying Faze Clan through the 6 major so far.
But look at this pressure from W7M. The wall now being opened up at the site, suddenly under a bit of pressure. Herds will start to utility dump, clearing one of the shields in Attic. Faze now under the pump and KZ to take out Astro.
Nice big pick onto one of the anchors. Cameraman lit up, but he uses that Kona station to heal up. But doesn't matter, apparently, if the nade follows through. He's down on the ground. Volp's doing some good work, but here comes Bullet. Jumps quickly out of small tower. And just like that, Faze Clan have turned up the heat. Cyber to get revived by his own Kona station as well. W7M on the back foot.
The Salvation Station coming in clutch for Camera now back in this game. 3-on-4 situation in favor of Faze and only 50 seconds left to go. Not much utility left in the hands of W7M either. Some bolts, some flashbangs to follow through in the execute.
They're gonna have to make it count. JV on the entry, baiting out. Gonna use some smokes to cover as well. He doesn't have that diffuser. It's on GDN. Cyber here on the long angle. He could be so pivotal. He peeks on through. But JV takes him down, looking for more now, walking through that smoke. Soul's in a great position. But Faze Clan, the advantage is gradually slipping away, but there's Bullet. And he sprays them all down. Faze Clan up 2-0.
Faze holding onto that bomb side for dear life. The wall was being opened, but they were disciplined. They didn't take the fight to W7M. Astro went down, Cameraman almost as well, but the Kona station to save him, and now with that man advantage, able to play out those trades and clean up W7M.
And it is a much needed strong start from Faze Clan. In a way, they went into this tournament with a lot of expectation because it's fairly fresh in everyone's minds. What happened 9 months ago in Sweden? These guys were by far and away the best team, and they won Major. Since then, though, they've been looking for a bit of redemption, struggling at 6 Invitational, and of course, struggling to even make it to the Charlotte Major. They had to sit out. They were unable to go back-to-back. Now, on the up once again, but there's a lot of stakes for them this tournament, not only to be the first team to make a 2-time Major championship, but also their chances of making 6 Invitational currently are very grim. They're going to need to do as well as possible during this event.
Faze taking us over to a bomb site that's quite peculiar. They're taking us over to the dining and kitchen rather than going to meeting, which seems to be more in fashion these days. Doing a hard hold onto small tower, aided by the Kiva barriers. Cyber, of course, will be the one with those in hand. W7M, though, will begin their roam clear over on the other side of the map instead, taking the path of least resistance.
Wow. What a setup here from Faze. That Azami Kiva barrier. Oh my god. Thread that needle, Cyber.
Hertz starting to make his way in through Astro as well. Volps has gone down now and they're left in the man disadvantage, but giving away lots of estate now are Faze. JV a little bit wary that there might be a player in Big Tower, but he's fallen off, and now W7M have full top floor control, but that's not where the site is.
It's decent for W7M to make that control, but my question is, what are they going to be able to do with it? Where is the vertical game?
Well, the vertical game is gone. Volps, he was the first to go down, and now the only thing they have in their hands for vertical is those hard breach charges. Hertz is going to be the one to place them down. Look for some of that vertical.
It's a far cry from the sledgehammer, what you can do with those hard breach charges. Ooh, and KZ's nade shut out. Takes a little bit of damage. That C4 peeked up by Cameraman. Or just dancing around in the showers hallway. The second nade to go on through. Oh! Cheeky angle there from Souls, I believe that is below. Bullet now contesting those vertical lines of sight. He takes a bit of damage, throws out an impact. KZ is so low HP, but this is such a messy vertical battle.
Look at this from Faze, relentless on the vertical pressure, not willing to give W7M anything in this round. Now a minute and ticking away for this roster.
What's the plan here for W7M? Once again, the fire goes out. The smokes to follow, no doubt, shortly. And the plant's going down. GDN, he snuck downstairs, but Bullet's in the perfect position to deny this. W7M have got to lock it in with the vertical play. As that diffuser goes down, the onus on Faze to retake. But now W7M, they have evened up the man count, and they are continuing to fight back. They are devastating. It's all on Bullet now. He's had a decent tournament so far. Hasn't died yet this game, but that is surely about to change. What a great attack from W7M.
The reason why being he knows he can get wallbang from security if there's a player in the hallway. So he goes into an unexpected spot, plants there, and from there is way closer to the next gunfight. It's just so well played from the support player of W7M.
And that's exactly what we need from W7M. They lost the first 2 rounds on their attack, started slow. We need them to break through on these more defensible bomb sites. Now Faze go back downstairs. W7M need to have a response.
Quick replay as well. Look at that retake, shut down completely from Faze. JV to clean up too, and now Faze taking us back to this basement bomb site. Now, the last time they played this, Hertz, he snuck his way into the bomb site as he usually does. That's his MO, to take down the victims on the site, but not this time. Faze looking for something slightly different. They've opened up some more holes into elbow. They've opened up the meeting hatch, ready for this roam clear drop as well. It's much more extensive from Faze, holding on to this site pressure. Cyber, he's afraid of Hertz. Of course, Hertz outside of blue bunker, trying to make his way in straight away.
Oh, and the E1D from Lion signals aggression. A couple of players on the roam spotted out as they try to make their rotations. W7M, they might have telegraphed a rush, but it could well be a bait. At the moment, it looks like map control is on the agenda, and JV's already in lobby here.
Gone 6 rings out. Faze now in a bit of an impasse with the roam clear of W7M.
Look at that, 5 players already rotated back to site. Did Faze really concede so easily?
This is an interesting one for Faze. W7M, they seem to have scared them off this roam perceived pressure that Hertz is placing on the players of Faze, and look now, just sitting in the site, waiting.
Great play from W7M. That's the thing about this team. Because they love to play aggressively, they're so hard to predict, because they're not always aggressive. Sometimes they pretend to be aggressive and instead decide to take the map control. And it has allowed them to do it in just such phenomenal time management. Add to the fact that Faze Clan themselves have opened up a lot of these hatches, and it just gets easier. Now W7M have the man advantage, and Hertz is just going to send it on through. How does he win that fight? Faze Clan can trade back the pick, but that is such a significant amount of damage done already.
Cameraman, though, looking to get aggressive on this meeting hatch, and the shots will connect onto Volps. Now Faze clawing back, even man count between them. Time ticking down, but still plenty of options here for W7M. It is not over just yet.
The onus is on W7M to decide where are they going to mount this push. They only have the 3 players left, and Faze have actually retaken blue bunker.
This is some great control, great read from Faze as W7M look to do this back take, a smoke to go out, the execute to follow.
Very nice start there from W7M. Souls doing the best he can to duel with the Roni, but he's now on site and he needs to have an impact here. Starts to push on forward, close to the doorway, sees one player, takes him down, but it's got to reload. A tiny magazine, 16 bullets, and he makes every single one count. It's now a 2v1 taken out, GDN. 1 versus 1 to clutch up for W7M. A flashover and the plant begins. Bullet, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna wait and play the post plant? Starts to move on forward, GDN. He gets the call. He's baited off the plant and then he goes for the push, but Bullet is more than ready. Faze Clan save that by the skin of their teeth.
Hertz, he almost put a thorn in the side of the W7M attack. Faze, they were really rattled by that. The IGL of W7M making a big call for a solo play. He finds 2, but he couldn't find any more, and the rest of W7M out of sync with that push. Meant that Faze, they were able to recompose, they were able to retake the map control as that back take had been telegraphed by W7M. And by retaking that position, playing those crossfires, Faze, they were able to get straight back into it, not rattled at all by that play in the mid-round.
And a big part of that was that aggression from Souls. Really brought that back into the realm of possibility for Faze. Significant lead starting to dawn here. Faze Clan have been comfortable on laundry supply. They've gone back now to dorms where they won previously. It's really only that tertiary bomb site that's caused them any strife.
10 seconds to insertion.
And that's exactly right. Faze now looking to repeat a relatively similar roam. The Kona stations to 8th anchors on the side, while 2 players start over in the small tower position. W7M, last time it was a little bit messy going to that top floor. The execute was almost fruitful for them, but Faze were cool, calm, and collected on those crossfires. And W7M will have to press the attack a little bit harder if they want to be given anything.
Spawn picking again from Faze. They're keeping up this aggression. They don't really want to play a 5v5 in the late round, it seems. Even if they lose a player in this aggression, they'd rather go into the late round taking out some of Faze's critical utility.
But look at this from W7M. They could be playing right into the hands of these Faze roamers. Two of them still holding on to this west side control. KZ even to rendezvous with one of his teammates. And this roam clear, will it be fruitful? Will he even give up the small tower control? GDN putting pressure on the side, but for what?
Well, Cyber has managed to actually fall back here. Using, once again, these keeper barriers to lock off that showers window, give him more mobility, but the drone is elusive. And Faze Clan get a lot of information based on that position.
But hang on a minute, look at this from W7M. They've fully pivoted over to small tower. What on earth is their push going on here?
Insistent on taking full control of down below, despite the fact that Faze is holding on with everything they've got. A good early pick, though. Gets the numbers on the W7M side. It's Bullet who needs to hold his ground in kitchen, and Cyber from the hallway as W7M start to push on forth.
Herd's taking a little bit of damage and an engagement, and Bullet will take him down. W7M now back, even man count. They only have small tower control. There's not much in their hands for now.
And isn't that why this is just so good for Faze? They've put themselves in a strong position, conceding ground, but only when they make it even.
And now W7M, they have to come up with something new, a brand new idea. Will they pivot back over to Master? Yes, they will. They've put enough control on that double window, and Volps, he's able to clean up Souls. Bullet to take down JV, though, and once again, we're at an even Steven in the man count.
And guess who's got a C4? Bullet. Does he have the info, though? Volps brings the numbers back into W7M's favor, and Bullet still below, still with the C4. Actually going to pre-place that underneath the double window. Unsure where Faze, or rather where W7M are intending to mount their push.
But there's only 28 seconds for W7M. If they don't get this right on the first time, the kick could go down, and it could be disaster for them. Astro holding on. A cheeky position for him in the site.
This is why Bullet has to have an impact with that C4. Where is the jump in from W7M? KZ moves forth from the concrete position, and the plant is going down. Astro needs to win his one, but he loses it out. It's now all on Bullet. Don't even think he blew his C4. It doesn't matter. W7M and execute to roll over Faze and get their first attack on a Dorms.
That is the W7M that I know and love. I don't know about you, but that was their usual MO, if you ask me. Starting out, of course, on that small tower push, looking to put the pressure on Faze. It caused 3 Faze players to drop down into kitchen, try and contest them. Meanwhile, GDN, on Master side, he was already 2 steps ahead. He'd opened up that breach, anticipating that W7M would rotate back over, make that pressure work in the late round, and Faze, they were rattled by that. They couldn't keep up the pace with these W7M strats.
Isn't that beautiful? The way that W7M read their opponents and force their opponents to play how they want to play. W7M force those rotations, force those movements, and because they have such fantastic gun skill to back up that game sense, they always put themselves in those advantageous positions, and great fist pumps at the end of it as well.
And I think that's just so well aided by the IGL of Hertz. You don't often see the IGL of any team being on this flex solo entry role. And what that means is that Hertz is consistently thinking about a 2-pronged push. He's consistently thinking, I can put pressure on here and I trust my team to do the other side. And we can switch around, we can use the pressure from both ways. And by being in that position, it really enables him to create a flow in the team like none other in this major.
And we also know that W7M, they can bring a lot of energy when the moment calls for it. It's been Hertz, the man on your screen right now, who's been really at the forefront of that against Elevate. He was rowdy as can be.
W7M starting their map clear and of course putting pressure around every point they possibly can. Hertz Solo making his way into Big Tower while the rest of his teammates make their way in through Master. Oh, some shots almost connect, but Faze now realizing there's no attackers coming to their side and now starting to rotate over.
Well, this is the dangerous thing for Faze. It's a game of rotations. And if W7M can force that movement from these Faze players into positions where W7M are happy with, okay, cameraman, he just runs straight out the Big Tower. Herds is also not able to retrade that. That's not something you see every day.
W7M now, though, they've been given this top floor control essentially in their hands. The Master entry, good from them.
That drone is right next to Astro.
Attackers will
Surely that's a miss drone. What is Astro going to be able to do with this position?
The rest of W7M, though, they've taken this map control, and this time they have Volps in their hands. This time they've got vertical pressure to clear out that site, flush away those anchors, and look how perfectly positioned the rest of the W7M players are for this. KZ and JV holding on to that top floor control, making sure that Volps can get his business done before they hit the site.
attackers drop the diffuser.
What are W7M going to be able to achieve with that vertical pressure, though? Looking for picks, looking for players, but you can see Faze have fallen back significantly.
And it's well played from them as well. They're playing adjacent to the site rather than in it because they know they're going to be pressured out of the vertical. But there's that Souls running right below the vertical of Volps, I think it is. Of course, these Faze players don't give up anything. Cameraman taken very low now. The execute has to follow through soon.
Oh, good nade. Souls still survives, still contesting the player with that nade. The second one, he managed to survive as well, finally. Volp sprays him on down, and the E1D, the final, goes through. Cider on for a flank. Can he make another play? Volps immediately trades him on back, and Faze are falling like flies. KZ in the bomb site.
Planning the bomb now. What are Faze going to do?
Oh, that's what Faze are going to do. Cameraman with the flank upstairs. He's found the double, and now it's a 2v1 on the retake. KZ needs to reload. Oh, what a shot! Can he lock it in? Oh my God! Here goes massive W7M. How do you get away with that?
I'll tell you what, W7M are here to play. 3-3 now in their attacking half. Not rattled by Faze. In fact, at the end of that half, it looked like Faze that was rattled by W7M. It felt like they were entrapped in the tempo, in the flow that W7M had set in that lobby. They never knew what they were going for. They had an idea, and then it was all falling apart as the W7M players came around from each and every side, and now going on to their defense. W7M.
There are no questions about where the momentum lies. Look at Herds. He's only getting started. And KZ very happy about that one. I shudder to think what he was shouting to his opponents across the stage. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's all right.
What about Faze Clan? Dead even, if you ask me.
Dead even, just like this lobby at the moment. Looking at a few replays, once again, W7M, they've been so dominant in this second half of the attack. As soon as they were able to get into the tempo of Faze, as soon as they were able to confuse them, get in their heads, if you will, W7M was all them.
Like I said before, I shudder to think what they're shouting across the stage. These have been very tight rounds. Two of them come down to a 1v2, two of them down to a 1 versus 1. And we're getting back into the game right now as well. The momentum is on W7M's favor. They've just won the last 2 rounds in a row. And now Faze Clan themselves are on that attacking side. W7M, can they carry this momentum down into the basement for their first defense?
And W7M playing a slightly different philosophy to what Faze brought. They're leaning into the mirror pick. JV now holding 2 in his hand, as well as a very aggressive shield being held by KZ over at the double door of blue. Looking to push forward that defense onto Faze.
Looks like the only repick is from the Hibana onto the Nomad, leaving no dedicated hard breach operator Now, there's a good chance that Souls on the Fuse has got that secondary hard breach. We're going to see in just a sec. There you go. He does. I don't know about you. The Fuse is an unusual one to me. What's the idea?
Well, this is the beauty of Faze, this team. They essentially have, you've got Cameraman. He's always solid in his play. He's always the support for this team. You've got Bullet, always the first entry for this team. But aside from that, you have 3 other players that can flex onto just about anything in the operator pool, including Astro, of course, the IGL of this team. And what that means is that every single one of their attacks is dynamic. There's a big focus on problem solving. And I can only imagine that for this basement attack, you really don't need all 3 hatches open, depending on the type of push that you're going for. They only need to open the hatches that are mission critical to that push. And now, immediately starting out on this blue pressure, of course, KZ was the one on the other side holding the aggressive shield, and FaZe will soon be met by a bit of resistance.
Oh, but look at that. The mirrors fall victim to Cyber's Twitch drone. It's a huge boon to their side.
W7M, though, still holding on set. FaZe making their roam clear slow and steady. They don't want to make any mistakes, making sure that there are no W7M players on this ground floor doing their due diligence with the drone. Cyber, he's gotten some big value out of this Twitch drone.
What's this from FaZe? Getting into the map, finally starting to build a bit of a push, but with the heavy anchorage set up from W7M, FaZe is going to have to do everything they can. Here comes the Fuse, and here's what he was picked for.
Well, Volp's realizing that bad times are headed his way, and he needs to get out of E-Box. KZ somehow, in the midst of that, takes damage from that. And FaZe, like you said, taking their time. It's measure twice, cut once for this roster. They don't want to make a mistake. They know approximately the positions of these anchors. It's nothing too special on the side of W7M. It's just about executing it right this first time.
FaZe is still worried about this roam. We know full well that there's nobody from W7M looking for it. And FaZe really need to focus their attention on site, because here's GDN. Shotgun in hand. The grand finalists skin on it. And he's ready to join them, but Faze Clan, I'm gonna fall for that one. A double kill for Souls. You can ban the Finker, but you cannot ban this LMG. And it is dominant. The first flawless round of the series.
And just look at that from Faze Clan. They are so calculated in their push. No one stepping out of line, no one going for the aggressive play, not until their teammates were right by their side, ready to match the tempo, ready to match the rush onto that site, the flurry of kills that came out. W7M, they weren't ready for it.
No, they weren't. It really just came down to Souls on these rear stairs, punishing the over-aggressive GDN, preventing the refrag as well. I mean, he just didn't stop. W7M just kept peeking him. They didn't give up.
Yep. Refrag after refrag doesn't work against yet another LMG in the lobby. You could ban out Finker, but you can't ban out the second LMG on the Fuse. And now FaZe looking to attack this top floor bomb site. W7M, they're not going to retry it whatsoever. They want to do something new.
We were a little worried for FaZe going into the defense, thinking that W7M had not only won that clutch, but had won 2 rounds in a row. They kind of got that momentum back on their side. Now FaZe has squished that thought. W7M are now the ones trying to find their footing as they go upstairs.
Ooh, cheeky from Hertz as well, looking for the spawn peak.
Imagine the reaction he'll have if he lands this. Risky. Oh, very safe way to play it.
Doesn't want to give his life up now, but Cameraman, he's brought something a little bit special on the Amaru. What's he going to do with this? Small tower, that's not where you use the Amaru.
The Kidstorm's window, the Kidstorm's hatch. What's the play here? Maybe we'll only see in the late round, perhaps. For now, a player that's been a standout this event for FaZe, it is Cyber, and he's got an important job now clearing out this site utility, namely the mirror windows, which otherwise can be very difficult to deal with.
FaZe looking to do a master-centric clear for this top floor attack, not looking to do attic at all unless Cyber tries to go for something. JV holding on to tier 3 here. what impact can he have? It doesn't seem like much as Faze aren't playing into his hands. They're going for this master control instead. Of course, the wall has already been opened up for them. That's one step done, but something also for them to worry about.
The good thing here for the position of JV in Big Tower is because that attic rotation is there between that and Big Tower, he has a way in, but here it is. Surely this is too early.
Send it. Someone in the crowd just said send it. Cameraman, it's time to
does,
go!
and he sends it indeed. He finds one, finds a double. Oh my God. Cyber's gone nuts, and Cameraman re-peeking the position. A flashbang to go over, shutting out JV. Flashes himself in the meanwhile. What's JV going to be able to do with this? Attempted retake now for W7M as Faze Clan have stolen the site. What is JV going to be able to do on this retake? Can't land the shots needed against Cameraman. The Amaru all too good. GDN got the world ahead of him. Faze Clan once again. They got 5 rounds to 3.
And W7M now getting a taste of their own medicine on the defense. All of their attacks were oddly paced. It was explosive in the late round, but so is Faze's rounds, and both times the execute has been explosive. It's rattled the defense of W7M, and I can only imagine that the philosophy has to change for them. This anchor hold onto the site, trying to play the crossfires, is never going to work against a team as flexible and as fluent as Faze, and especially not against someone like Cameraman on that Amaru.
And Cyber, of course, who made his impact felt pushing in from Trophy, supported the perfect timing with Cameraman. W7M on the back foot. They've taken their tactical pause. They've had a bit of a chat. It's crazy, isn't it? W7M have picked this map. Oregon, Faze Clan already asserted themselves ahead. And Faze Clan, the last time they played this map was against G2 in the group stage. They went 7-0, lost to G2. W7M, on the other hand, well, they haven't played this map in months. The entire of stage 2, they haven't played Oregon. They've been saving it up for a rainy day, saving it up for a special occasion such as this. And now, when it comes to it, when they're fighting for a spot in the final, they just don't seem to be able to deliver.
Faze now beginning their attack onto this basement bomb site. 3 players actually spawning over on the construction side. Is this a rush? Astro's got the gone 6 out.
Tells you something, doesn't it? That every single round Faze Clan play it slightly differently. No fuse, no meeting clear yet. W7M have 2 players ready for this rush, though.
Yeah, just look at that. They know exactly what Faze are going for. Now, W7M, they have a better read on Faze. They know they like this explosive take. The Gone 6 follow-up, but ooh, I don't think it actually connected onto the barricade.
Well, my magnet did catch. Okay, the nade did not destroy the barricade. I believe it did destroy the barbed wire, though. W7M can feel pretty safe now that that barricade is not up, but Faze have taken some decent map control.
And just look at this from Faze as well. They know that they've got all the W7M players trained on the site now. They've put the pressure there, and they've realized, okay, they've given us the map control. Let's take it now in this mid-round. Roam clear, not even needed.
Looks like W7M completely forfeiting and seceding any part of the map, similar to what they did before. But it's going to take a bit of time for Faze to realize that.
Now, something I've just realized on the side of Faze is that they have no hard breach. So they cannot open any of those hatches that go into the site. They can only open vertical, which can't be done in the basement. And the options are actually quite low from here as well. If they don't get a hatch open, it's just going to be a flood down each stairs. And if W7M can pick up on that, all they need to do is hold on to 1 stairwell each, and there's nothing more.
Yeah, this is a very unconventional push. Oh my God, JV. What a shot. How are you going to deal with these mirrors, Faze? It just feels like W7M are in the driver's seat for this round.
And they have nothing to do with these mirrors. There's no Hibana, there's no Ace. They've only got, well, 2 sets of nades, actually, it's quite a lot, to try and nade out this player. But with the anchor setup they have, look at these Womizes, look at these ADSs protecting this mirror window.
It feels like the only way in the world that Faze win this round is if they hit some unreal shots. Astro's hit 1, but, oh, he does get a second. Volps can make sure that there is a trade. It's only a 2v3 now, which means a single engagement going W7M's way makes it impossible now for Faze. Finally, W7M find a defense.
a miscalculation from Faze, not bringing any hard breach, slimming their options to get into the site, and W7M punish them for it. They sit tight, they hold the anchor positions, knowing that Faze had nothing to deal with it. And with that, they can take away another round.
W7M gonna need your energy to pull through this. They're gonna have to defend another bomb site now, though. Laundry supply is locked. They seem to be resilient to the pressure. Faze Clan making some critical mistakes in the operator repick. They had to dedicate to that rush. No hard breach, didn't really give them a choice.
W7M take us up to this top floor bomb site. GDN starting his way out in trophy with a shield as well. So far, so good for W7M, starting to get back into this game. Starting to get the flow, but was it really W7M back in it, or was that a misplay from Faze? We're not sure, but in this round, W7M will have to prove to us that it was all them.
You can see a significant roam down below from W7M, and there's some information already from Faze. So these mute jammers somewhat less effective because Cameraman snuck his drone under this table right next to JV. Getting past those mute jammers, past that information denial that Faze have set up. But we're seeing Cameraman once again on this Amaru.
Oh. Faze, it just feels like you never know what they're going to go for.
All
and
right.
Cyber is actually going to be the first to take out KZ here on this Armory Rappel. Putting the pressure from every other side, and the W7M players starting to feel wary that their site might be under pressure.
And this is the hard choice, isn't it? You've got these two roamers below, but at what point do they feel like they need to rotate back? Even if they do, they're pretty well cut off here. Look at this position from Bullet. He's so wary of the jump out, and he's also preventing the rotation at bottom white.
Faze, they look like they're setting themselves up for success. Either that or looking to punish the mistakes of W7M. Players, they cannot rotate back onto the side now, and Cameraman kicks it off. Cyber to follow with the second onto Volps.
He's done it again. Cameraman, and it's a flawless round. You blink and you miss it, I guess. Faze Clan immediately retaliate. And those Dorms attacks with the Amaru are so oppressive.
Feel like Faze had really pressed that attack all too hard until they found a pick that let them in, and Cameraman, he used that invitation and he went straight for it.
He just loves that SMG-11. In close range, the quick aim down sights time. Knows exactly what to push. It's a scary thing about Faze, isn't it? You never know if they're just gonna Amaru straight into sight.
And that's just such a dance that we have between these two LATAM teams. On both times that these teams have attacked, it's been them that's setting the pace. It's been them that's actually causing problems for the defense. The defense has to problem solve the attack. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
In this particular matchup, we often say that the attack has a problem that they need to solve in the defense. They need to dissect the map, but in fact, it's all being thrown apart.
W7M gonna try and get aggressive. Herds on this spawn peak. We need that energy that Herds brought during the Elevate game. We need the fire that W7M have brought throughout the BR6. They've been dominant within their own region. They won 8 games in a row in Stage 1. And Stage 2, they were almost as dominant. Back-to-back Brazilian champions. But within the Copa Elite, it's always been Faze Clan that come out on top. It feels like this is such a pivotal moment for W7M in their careers. How long can they stay the bridesmaid and not the bride?
Cyber, though, taken low in an engagement over on this satellite window. W7M, they're still holding on to this top floor control, and Faze looking to reconvene all of their players to this big tower push. Oh, look at that Rotero drone, takes out everything. The Kona station, the Kona station still stands somehow. 3
Salvation
ADSs, though.
Station's just
Salvation Station.
Too good, I guess. That's a lot of util clear though, isn't it?
Astro as well, using the Ossa Shield to enable this minimalist push into the big tower. W7M will have to recall their players through Attic if they want to get control back inside, and Souls now getting the wall open puts JV and Herds under pressure, but W7M, they seem to have a pretty good read on this push, trying to deny that entry.
There's still an Evil Eye on site as well for W7M, so that helps out the retake. It also helps out plant denial potential. And this pivotal player of JV is still in this pinch position. He can do a lot of damage at the sandbags.
Well, if this is the phase that we know, something explosive is about to happen, and that might be it. The grenades flow through, and it's perfect from Bullet.
Double trouble, the nade and the Rotero. JV not gonna survive. When is this entry gonna come through from Faze Clan? They've got map point here on W7M's own pick.
And Bullet, he's being so patient, waiting for his team.
And KZ as well on for the flank. Cameraman is watching this. Faze Clan have the read. They know exactly what buttons to press. And here they are in the 5v3 execute. Where is the response? There it is from W7M, and they stand tall. It's a 2v2 as the young gunners have got to step up. It's on Herds, the hype man himself, and his trusty support GDN on for this retake. Moved up towards that diffuser, trying to bait out a push, but there it is from Bullet. One bullet is all that he needs. Faze Clan have looked so good on Oregon, and they are barreling their way to another major final. It's a done deal. There's nothing GDN can do. Faze Clan are going to go one map up in the semi-final.